Troy burns, its skyline consumed by flames, marking the end of a decade-long war. Greek soldiers charge through the fallen city, their shadows dancing in the firelight. The Trojan horse looms large, a dark silhouette against the fiery backdrop. 10 years of war, one city destroyed, and a hero cursed by the gods. Odysseus set sail for home. But what he faced on that journey was worse than any battlefield. Odysseus' ship sails away from Troy as the war ends, leaving behind distant, smoking ruins. The war was over. The seas mirror the turmoil. As the narrator continues, Troy had fallen, but victory came with a price. The Greeks celebrate, unaware of the divine scrutiny above. The Greeks celebrated, looted, and killed. A somber tone underlies the victory. It continues. They didn't know it yet, but the gods were watching. The gods sit in judgment on Mount Olympus, their faces grim as they survey the scene below. Poseidon's fury rises like a storm. His knuckles whiten as he clenches his fists. Apollo turns away, the spectacle too much to bear, his face etched with sorrow. Athena, goddess of wisdom, had helped them win. But when they desecrated her temples, she turned silent. Poseidon, god of the sea, saw the violence and swore revenge. Amidst the temple's desecration, Odysseus' face reflects grim resolve as he moves through the chaos. Odysseus' fist strikes, a sickening thud echoing as he defends an innocent child. The soldier turns, stunned by the sudden blow. Odysseus warns Agamemnon, his voice hoarse amidst the din. His pleas vanish unheard, lost in the cacophony of destruction. Odysseus' attempts to preserve honor are drowned out by the rampant chaos. Odysseus' ship slices through the turbulent waves, headed towards a rocky island veiled in a cloak of dense mist. The island looms, its rocky shores promising both adventure and unseen perils, the air thick with the scent of salt and foreboding. Against the backdrop of this imposing land, Odysseus and his men prepare to disembark, their figures dwarfed by the monumental landscape. Odysseus and his men sailed home, but the gods weren't done with him. The men step onto the shore, their shadows stretching long, the air heavy with anticipation and dread. The Cyclops cave is claustrophobic, the air thick with the stench of soil and lanolin. Confined within the rough walls of Polyphemus' lair, they braced themselves. There, he met Polyphemusa, one-eyed giant, son of Poseidon. Odysseus tricked him, blinded him, and escaped. A tense standoff permeates the cavernous space. A brutal fight is brewing. Odysseus' ship glides away from the island, oars slicing through the water in a steady beat. As they break free, Odysseus looks back towards the island, a mix of triumph and relief on his face. Against better judgment, Odysseus shouts his name back at the monster. That arrogance earned him a curse. Polyphemus towers over the Aegean, his fury erupting as he curses Odysseus. "You will never return home, Odysseus." Polyphemus' roar echoes across the sea. From afar, Poseidon hears the curse, and the sea responds with a surge of dark waves. The storm gathers, and the waves crash with terrifying force, as if the sea itself is answering Polyphemus' vengeful cry. Odysseus' weary crew arrives at a moonlit island, their figures stretched into the pale light. Odysseus' crew wandered for years. Each island brought new horrors. Eerie rustling sounds echo from the dark forest, hinting at unseen creatures. Torches flicker, casting long shadows across the opulent hall, where Circe greets Odysseus' weary men with goblets of wine and honey. As the men drink, Circe chants in a low voice, her hands weaving arcane gestures. The men convulse, their features distorting, their bodies shrinking and growing coarse hair. Transformed into swine, they grunt and squeal in terror. Odysseus, warned by Hermes, holds a magic herb, its leaves glowing faintly, as the wine has no effect on him. He draws his sword, his face grim, and a fierce fight erupts. Odysseus battles Circe and her enchanted beasts, his blade flashing in the torchlight. He overpowers Circe, forcing her to undo her spell. His men, restored to their human forms, cheer his victory. Circe warns Odysseus of the dangers ahead: sirens, monstrous storms, and the land of the dead. Next, he passed through a deadly passage. On one side, Charybdis, a whirlpool that could swallow ships whole. On the other, Scylla, a six-headed monster that grabbed sailors and devoured them. Odysseus' ship sails through the strait, Caught between the monstrous whirlpool Charybdis and the lurking Scylla, Charybdis churns. A swirling vortex of destruction, ready to devour the ship. On the other side, Scylla waits, its serpentine necks poised to snatch sailors. The monstrous whirlpool Charybdis churns, its ravenous maw claiming sailors as the strait between Scylla and Charybdis becomes a watery grave. Odysseus is standing, watching in horror as his men are dragged into the abyss. Odysseus lost 6 men. He couldn't save them. He just kept sailing. Odysseus' crew lands on the golden shores of Helios. Sacred cattle graze peacefully, unaware of the crew's growing hunger. Against Odysseus' orders, his men, starving and desperate, ate the sacred cows of Helios. The Aegean Sea roils under a sky torn by lightning. The ship is caught in the storm's wrath, a plaything of the gods. Helios demanded justice. Zeus answered. A thunderstorm destroyed the ship. Every last man died. Odysseus alone survived. Odysseus collapses onto the beach, utterly spent, under the merciless sun. For 10 years, Odysseus fought to come home. Now he was truly alone. On the shores of Ogygia, Odysseus lies motionless, the gentle waves caressing the sand around him. Calypso approaches, her gaze a mixture of compassion and dawning love. Calypso found him. She fell in love, offered him immortality, to forget Ithaca, forget his wife, forget everything. Odysseus gazes longingly at the endless sea, his heart set on returning home. The sounds of wood being shaped echo as Odysseus begins to build a raft, driven by his unwavering desire. But he refused, says the narrator, underlining Odysseus' relentless yearning. Even after 7 years, he wanted only one thing: home. Odysseus fights to stay upright on the fragile raft amidst the towering waves. The raft groans under the force of Poseidon's storm. Dark clouds swirl and the sea churns with violent energy. The narrator explains, the battle between Odysseus and Poseidon rages on, a testament to the enduring wrath of the sea god. But even in the face of divine fury, Athena's protective hand guides the weary traveler. Athena's voice echoes through the storm. Fear not, Odysseus. I will guide you to safety. A beam of light pierces the storm. The waters around the raft calm momentarily. Odysseus, disguised as a beggar, approaches his palace, a shadow of his former self. Athena's magic conceals his true identity, casting a veil of anonymity over the returning king. 20 years have passed. His wife, Penelope, still waits, her loyalty unwavering. His son, Telemachus, has grown into a man, unaware of his father's imminent return. Suitors fill his halls, vying for his throne, their arrogance a stark contrast to his humble return. Odysseus lurks in the shadows, his gaze fixed on the suitors' boisterous display. Across the hall, Penelope's face reflects profound sorrow. Athena appears beside Odysseus, her shimmering form unseen by others. Her presence intensifies Odysseus' resolve. The air crackles with unspoken tension. The moment of reckoning is drawing near. The hall of Ithaca vibrates with anticipation as the contest of the bow begins. Odysseus, disguised and weathered, steps forward, a quiet determination in his eyes. With unexpected grace, Odysseus strings the bow, defying his aged appearance. A collective gasp fills the hall, the suitors exchanging nervous glances. Across the crowded hall, Odysseus and Penelope meet each other's gaze. Their hearts pounding, they rush towards each other, a torrent of unspoken words in their eyes. The tearful embrace washes away the years of longing and separation. He was home, but he wasn't the same man. On the rugged cliffs of Ithaca, Odysseus walks with heavy steps, his gaze lost in the vast expanse of the sea. The wind bites at his weathered cloak, a chilling reminder of battles fought and journeys endured. Some say peace didn't last long. Some say he was exiled again, or went on one final voyage. The cliffs of Ithaca stand tall under a starlit sky, the moon painting a silver path across the wine-dark sea. The wind whispers through the ancient stones, carrying tales of resilience and endurance. A voice echoes through time. He was more than a king, more than a warrior. He was a survivor, a man who stared into the abyss and kept going. From the depths of memory, Homer's voice resonates with raw determination. Endure, my heart. You have endured worse. Sunbeams pierce through the ancient ruins, illuminating scrolls, statues, and faded maps. The air vibrates with the echoes of forgotten stories, heavy with the scent of time. A voice cuts through the silence. This is the real story of Odysseus, not just a hero, but a symbol of human endurance,